Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Now I'm actually working on a box of sort of beaded nymphs for the winter months, or you could mean this is my favourite nymphs really, favourite bugs, beads. This is a good wee fly, it's a simple wee dressing and one I thought you may like to see. The hook I'm using, this is a size 16, this one, it's a Jig Force 5045 from Uni-Mylar, size 16. Now I'm mainly tying them, in this case 16s, 18s and 20s. I will tie them bigger. Normally sometimes I'll just show you, I've got a hook, if I can find it on my desk. Yeah, this one. This is a Jig Force short. Now this here is equivalent size to this size 16, but with a wide gape. I'm going to show you, take one out. Now I normally put a heavier bead on. The bead that's on this is a 2.8mm tungsten. Now I put on this one, because of the wide gape, I put a 3.2, or you could even use this size, it's up to yourself, it will still work. But if you need a wide gape hook, is this one, this Jig Force short it's called, it's the 5125. And now as I say, that's a size 16, now that's a size 18. And you can see it's much the same size, it's got the wider gape. So you could, I would work for probably 16s, the type of flies I'm tying anyway, down to sort of as small as they go. It's a good wee hook that, hooks well. Now the pattern I'm tying, there's a couple of nice tying methods in it, so well, one main. The other thing I'm doing, over the winter months I'm going to be using the Uni-Mylar threads. I'm going to give them a good test. If there's any faults I'll certainly let you know, but the one I'm using a lot of is, I'm going to be using this one. This is the Pro Thread Twisted, as you can see. It's a 70 Denier. They come in the 200m spools. In this case this one's a tan. Oh, so I'm just going to run the wax through it. Just get it started. Now the bead I'm using, as I say, is a 2.8 tungsten, this one. Here we are. Just a basic tungsten bead, 2.8. Now another question I get asked about beads is, this is a standard bead. Normally on a sort of Jig Force you would use a slotted bead. I mean, I'm not fussy. If I've got slotted beads, I've run out, I'm quite happy to use a normal bead. They still work, they still sit the same, they still fish well. So anyway, I'm going to start with the bead, work my way down, just going to ping off the waist, work my way to the back of the hook. Tail, I'm actually going to use a Coq de Leon fibre. This is a white Coq de Leon, it's a fiery ginger. Now you don't have to use this, you can use a ginger fibre or whatever you have. Just put like a few fibres. Tail length, round about the body length, just catch that on. Now I like to come underneath with a turn and pull towards the eye, 2 or 3 turns. Just to flare the tail a wee bit. You don't have to do that, I just like to do it. Basically that's a method I use in my dry flies. Now I'm going to rib the fly using this Uni-Mylar clear, as you see, number 14. Now it's too wide for the rib. So what I do is I actually give it a stretch. Now I have some on my desk that reduces by half, so it does. So you just give it a stretch as you pull it off. Now that's good, as I say, it's going to be my rib. I'll just catch this on. You want to basically tie it in the length of the body so it helps to build it up. And then I'm going to come back down. A nice body with the tan thread. So we can build it up a wee bit. I'm just going to come down halfway again. I mean, I know I'm using a lot of thread here, but I do that. But the Uni-Clear, I'm going to actually mark it with a brown marker pen. Just a permanent marker pen. On the underside, the side it's going to touch the hook. Just give it a second to dry. Should be fine at that. So we're going to rib the body, the tan thread with this. and leave a space like a quill. You can see that lovely quill effect you get doing that with the tan and the brown. Basically tie that off, trim away. Now another thing I like to do is, this is a partridge feather, brown partridge. Now the tip of the feather I'll tie in and say tie a partridge in orange or tie something with it. But usually what's left is these bits, I never throw them away. So what we've got here is just the remains of the feather. So what I like to do is remove the fluff and put these on his legs. Now material wise, that's how I lie on my desk, this is just some mask. This is Hare's mask fibre which I've blended. Now I've got a bit of tan iced up, in this case the UV as you can see, and I like to just mix that through it as well. I've actually got a wee bit in amongst that, I don't know if you can see, but I've got some CDC fibre I've been mixing into it, so I'm going to mix that in as well. So I'm just going to mix this into the ice dub. So we've got our mask, ice dub, and a wee touch of the tan CDC fibre that I had. Again, it was just from the waste feathers, I never throw them away. Yeah, I only want a wee drop, tiny wee bit first, just slide it up. Just right at that area there, just form like a small ball dubbing, and leave a space between there and the bead. This is our legs. I usually come in from the top, just hold the fibres down either side. Don't worry too much about the length at this point, just come over with 2 or 3 turns. You can see it's too long obviously, and now you just lightly just pull these fibres to the length you want. I like to see the legs. I'm using the dubbing to sort of hold them out. Secure that in. You can just basically fold back this. You could use this as a thorax cover if you want, but in this fly I don't really bother. Just come in and remove. So my legs here, tidy up. Just make sure my bead's sitting right, that's fine. So go back to the same dubbing. Just finish it off. I just kind of lightly do it. Slide it up. And then just build up the dubbing a wee bit. Stretch it out when you want to tie off. Want a nice shape in the thorax, you want a nice taper. Take away the excess. Anything going forward, just draw it back. Do a turn of thread to hold it. Now what I'm going to just varnish the thread, run the varnish down the thread. Maybe a good inch or so, wind it on, and then go straight in with wet finish. Now when you obviously wind the thread with the varnish on it, it's a small reservoir of varnish in there, and then when you wet finish you end up with a nice tight sort of head area. You could put a wee drop more varnish in, but I find that holds really well. You'll never have any issue with it. I've never anyway. Anyway, take any excess or long fibre away. You can just bring it off. And there we are, nice quilled light body, looks really good as you can see. It's a great wee fly. Now you can basically, you could take most of this off and just have a quilled body with just the thread and rib it up, and you can have the smooth bodied version, but this is, as I say, this is probably the one I do really well with. So anyway, there we are folks. One big long fibre here. Just take it out. You end up with a nice pattern, nice colour combination. You can change the bead colour. Sometimes I put black on, it works well. Silver's a good colour at times. Even pink works with this fly. You'll be surprised. So anyway there folks, I hope you enjoyed the video, and like always, thanks for watching. Until next time.